guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, The Bright Side Girl, and today we're going to be talking about some retelling books that are new releases for 2025. You guys really liked my mermaid new release video that I did, where I talked about the mermaid, pirate, ocean themed books that came out this year. I have my normal most anticipated releases video, but I thought I would make this separate video showing you guys some retellings that are coming out in 2025. There are quite a few to get through. Most of these are already out. Towards the end, there will be some that are not out yet, but I have a couple ways that you can probably get a hold of them. We're doing this, of course, for my retelling themed readathon, which is RETOLDATHON. I'll link the announcement up in the cards as well as down below in the description. This is running August 18th through the 24th, so hopefully this will give you guys some more ideas and some time to request books and audiobooks or purchase them as well. I will warn you, some of these books are straight retellings. Some of them are just inspired by or have mythology and lore in them, so not all of them are just solid retellings, so just kind of keep that in mind. We're just going to talk about all the things to this point that are already out. Just forgive me, I'm going to read some of the synopsises on my phone here, so I'm going to try my best to keep eye contact with you. So first up we have A Traitorous Heart by Aaron Cotter. This one's really cool because it is a Three Musketeers retelling. So this is supposed to be a queer Three Musketeers retelling. A noblewoman in a scandalous French court finds herself in the dangerous and watchful eye of Parisian royalty when she falls in love with the handsome king who's betrothed to her former lover. So it sounds very cool. We have Liar's Kingdom by Christine Kalila. This is a Cinderella YA retelling. So we're following Elle, who has seemed to spend her years slaving away for her cruel step family, when Prince Bayard, who seems to have a hard time recognizing faces, shows up and offers her a glass slipper. Elle allows him to believe that she danced with him at the ball. There's just one problem: Elle didn't attend the ball. So it seems like she's going to be kind of tricking the prince, which sounds really cool. Of Mountains and Seas by Emily Rank Hawthorne. This one also has an illustrator listed, so I'm not sure if there's going to be cool illustrations inside of it. So this one is inspired by Chinese mythology. Born without magic, Davis is an outcast in his shapeshifter family. Yearning for his father's approval, he set down a path that intertwines with Iris, a girl whose ambitions are hindered by a mysterious illness. Their quest leads to Eurus, one of California's smallest towns, unremarkable until they discover a cave of magic transferring stone. Now they have a chance to change their fates and they're not alone. So this one sounds really cool. We have Upon a Starlit Tide by Kel Woods. I read this one for Mermaid Marathon. I really enjoyed it. I'll link my wrap up where I talk about it down below in the description. This is really cool because this is a retelling mashup of Cinderella and The Little Mermaid. I really enjoyed it. This is a young adult standalone. It does have slightly darker elements to it. Like, there is somewhat of a torture scene in here that was a little bit more gruesome than I expected. It wasn't terrible or anything. It just took me off guard a little bit. We are set in the 17th century. We're following our main character who winds up saving this rich ship owner from drowning. He invites her to this fabulous ball. She starts to fall for him when she has kind of been against marriage and has wanted to be a sailor her whole life. So it is very cool. House of Frost and Feathers. I believe this is an adult standalone by Laura Weisbrand. So this is inspired by Slavic folklore. Mauritia's time is running out. She already lost her family to a sleeping plague and she fears she'll be next. Penniless and desperate for protection, Mauritia is forced to accept a job as an apprentice to the notorious Koldanya, the sorceress Baba Zima. But Baba Zima is renowned for being both clever and cruel, and most difficult of all is her current apprentice, Olena, who wants nothing to do with Mauritia. Despite her fears and Olena's cold demeanor, Mauritia finds herself drawn into the magical world of Coldrenry and delves further into Olena's research, a cure for the sleeping plague. Really into books that have some kind of sleeping, dreaming element, so it sounds very cool. What Wakes the Bells by Elle Tesh. I was so excited for this one when it came out and I still haven't read it yet. This one is inspired by an ominous Prague legend. Again, another kind of sleeping, dreaming element. So built by long gone saints, the city of Vaywin lives and breathes and bleeds. As a keeper, Mina knows better than most what her care of Vaywin's bells mean for the sentient city. The Strauss family's 1,000-year legacy prevents the vespers from ringing, or they will awake a slumbering evil. The Wildest Things by Andrea Hanna. This cover is so beautiful. This is a sapphic Snow White retelling. If Snow is to save her kingdom from being ravaged by the blight, she'll have to kill the evil queen's daughter daughter if she doesn't fall in love with her first. The Gods Time Forgot by Kelsey Sheridan Gonzalez. This one's inspired by Irish mythology and colliding with the Gilded Age. Manhattan in 1870. Rua knows only two things, her name and that she has no memories. So when the wealthy Harrington family mistakes Rua for their missing daughter, Rua goes along with this charade, hoping for answers about who she really is. As she tries to blend into a society she doesn't remember, she's drawn to a firmly off-limits Lord of Dinar, a newcomer of Manhattan society who is somehow familiar to Rua. I think this has some kind of time travel element and it sounds really good. Ladies' Night by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, a queen duo for retellings. This is a new one. I don't think it's going to be part of a series. It's young adult. An undeniably fierce, unforgettably funny, unapologetically queer, feminist romp through England of medieval legend. So I think we're going to have like some King Arthur medieval elements. We've got some blacksmithing females. It's going to be really funny and just like a fun grand adventure. A Girl Walks into the Forest by Madeline Rue, who is a favorite author of mine. This one is also inspired by Slavic folklore like Baba Yaga, possibly Midsummer Night's Dream as well. So for as long as she can remember, Vala has been told beauty would give her a life most people only dreamed of. So when the mysterious Count Leonid calls onto her to be his betrothed, Vala jumps at the chance to leave her small bleak village. The only thing standing in her way, the journey through the dangerous Gatiar wood that many don't survive. I love the cover for this one. A Treachery of Swans by A.B. Poranek. This is a sapphic retelling of Swan Lake. So magic has been outlawed in Oril. Odie has always known she'd be the one to restore it. Raised by a sorcerer, Odie has spent years prepping for the heist of a lifetime. It's perfectly simple. Impersonate a princess, infiltrate the palace, steal the king's enchanted crown, and restore magic to the kingdom. Dream by Shadows by Logan Carley. This is a debut, first in a duology, I believe young adult. This is Beauty and the Beast meets The Labyrinth in a romantic YA fantasy. The kingdom of Noctis is plagued by corruption, a curse that spreads through dreaming. The Shadowbringer rules from his castle in the dream realm, stealing souls one dreamer at a time. Only an elixir taken every night before sleeping can ward off the dreams and halt corruption. But for some, the allure of the dream realm proves too strong. I might try to get to this one for the readathon because it sounds so good. We have Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. I plan on reading this one for RETOLDATHON, so I don't want to go too deep into the synopsis. I know it's a Snow White retelling. I think it's young adult, but I could be wrong. And there's poisonous plants and poison magic, so it sounds so good. Hemlock and Silver comes out, I believe, on August 26th or something like that. I believe this one is available on NetGalley to request, which is a place you can request ARC books, advanced reader copies, if you're wanting to read it for the readathon. Next, a very special one, Grave Flowers by Autumn Krause. I am actually on the street team for this one. I will definitely be reading it for my RETOLDATHON TBR. Finally, this is a twisty, dark, royal core fantasy. Blends Hamlet and Anne Boleyn. We're following Princess Madalena and her twin sister Anessa were born attached at the hand and separated right after. That's the only time the sisters ever held hands. The girls' personalities have been shaped in the Sennett family's drive to make their kingdom more than what it is, unrespectable and loathsome, a damp place where deceit fills the palace walls like mold. Madalena is different from her family. She's considered the weak one and only finds peace in the garden tending to her magical flowers, which are pejoratively called grave flowers because they are a deal for torture and torment. Secretly, she dreams of escape and of a new life. So I know like her sister is supposed to marry this prince and then her sister winds up dying and she finds out that her sister was supposed to kill the prince and so now she must take her place. It just sounds so good. So this one comes out September 2nd. It is available to request on NetGalley though. How Far I'll Go by Keela Kendall. So this is part of the Disney Twisted Tales series and this one is of course about Moana. This one comes out September 2nd. The plot is what if Moana broke the heart of Te-Fiti. Never Ever After by Sue Lynn Tan. This is the first in a series. This one's expected to come out September 23rd. This is a Cinderella-inspired fantasy. Life in the Iron Mountains is harsh and unforgiving. After the death of her beloved uncle, Yining has survived by becoming a skilled thief and an even better liar. When she acquires an enchanted ring that holds the key to a brighter future, it is stolen by her step-aunt, and Yining must venture into the imperial heart of the kingdom to seize it back. Next, we have continuation of the Villain series from Serena Serena Valentino. This is Heartbroken. This is of course going to be about the queen from Alice in Wonderland. However, this series follows different Disney villains, but it does need to be read in order. I've read the first 3 so far, maybe the first 4, and they do tie together, like little elements of the story tie into the next one. They are similar to the movies, but different. I'm really enjoying them, but just know that they are not standalones. We have This Princess Kills Monsters by Rai Herman. This one's inspired by the Brothers Grimm fairy tale The 12 Huntsmen, which I have never read before. Someone wants to murder Princess Melilot. This is sadly normal. Melilot is sick of being ordered to go on a dangerous quest by her demurring stepmother, especially since she always winds up needing to be rescued by her more magically talented stepsister. And now she's been commanded to marry a king she's never met. When hideous spider wolves attack her on her journey to meet her husband-to-be, she is once again rescued, but this time by 12 eerily similarly looking masked huntsmen. Ooh, I might need to read the original fairy tale because it sounds so cool. Titan of the Stars by E.K. Johnston. This is one of the only sci-fi retellings I have on here, which is a prompt for RETOLDATHON. So this is like Titanic meets Alien. Celeste knows every inch of this ship. She's proud of her work as an apprentice engineer, and as the maiden voyage of the Titan launches, she's optimistic for the promise of this new journey from Earth to Mars in this new life. So basically like Titanic in space. So we have Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft. I believe this one is not necessarily a retelling, but it's either a continuation or a reimagining of Disney's Tinkerbell movies, like the Pixie Hollow movies. I was a little too old when those came out, so I missed them. I may have to catch up, but I've heard this is great, but that you would like it much more if you're familiar with the Pixie Hollow world and series. Think a little bit Tinkerbell, Peter Pan type style, and it looks so pretty. Pphanies Curse by Katrina Leno. This is an adult standalone. This one's not coming out until December 2nd. Obviously inspired by mythology. Are the 4 Farthing sisters really descended from Persephone? This is what the aunt has always told the women in their family, and they can trace their lineage back to the goddess of the dead. And maybe she's right, because the Farthing girls do have a ghost in their attic of their Manhattan brownstone. A kind, gentle ghost named Henry who only they can see. So it sounds like it'll be good for fall too if you can get a hold of that arc. And lastly, we have the House of Sapphir, which is one I am most excited for because I love Marissa Meyer. She's one of my favorite authors. This one's not coming out till November 4th. I believe it's available on NetGalley. This is a retelling / inspired by Bluebeard. So Mallory Fontaine is a fraud. Though she comes from a long line of witches, the only magic she possesses is the ability to see ghosts, which is rarely as useful as you would think. She and her sister have maintained the family business, eking out a paltry living by selling fraudulent spells to gullible buyers and conducting tours of the infamous mansion where the first of the Sapphir murders took place. So like a spooky mansion and ghosts, and it sounds so cool. Okay, so let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if any of these new releases sound good to you, or if you plan to read them before the year ends, or if you're going to read them for RETOLDATHON. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @TheBrightSideGirl, as I post a lot of bookish content on there as well, and I will see you guys next time on The Bright Side.